So there are a few key features of your machine. So you've got your touch screen on the front. Underneath there's a barcode scanner. So you can use the barcode scanner, or there's going to be a scanner in the bottom basket that you can use. They're just like the ones in the room. Just make sure you don't get it mixed up with the one that's in your room if you have both scanners. Underneath here you've got a sensor cassette, and this is a big sample pack. There are no cartridges like with the iStat. Everything that you need is built in the machine. You're going to take your sample and you're going to touch it directly to this probe. So when you hit that you're ready, it pops out, and you're going to take your syringe, you're going to touch it and push it in, and it's going to draw your sample from there. This little metal probe is not a sharp, but it's going to drop down into your syringe. So on the back, you have got a wireless connector. It's a USB. This is what's going to allow everything to cross over to center, so don't pull it out. You also have a built-in printer on the back. You can print any of your results if you want them, if you like having the paper copy. And then you've got 2 power buttons on the back. You should never have to power down, but if you do, you are going to press the one on the top and not this one on the bottom. This one is going to allow all the information that's stored in the machine to stay on there. Now, the biggest flaw of this machine is its battery life. It's only going to last for about an hour. There's no alarm that's going to tell you it's dying. It will just die. You can see the percentage right here. So we are recommending that you don't take it inside your room, you just take it to your room. So that way we can keep eyes on it so it's not lost in someone's room, unplugged. But you'll take it to the door, you'll scan your patient, so that way you can verify it, obviously. But yes, keep it plugged in when you're not using it. We'll probably keep it where the defibrillators are in the middle of the hall. Okay. Now, when you are signing in, we're in demo mode, so it's not requiring me to sign in, but this is your home screen. So once we sign in, you'll scan yourself, you'll scan your patient. This is what it'll look like. When you are gonna run a sample, you're gonna hit syringe mode every single time. Capillary is gonna be for the babies at Midtown. So you're gonna have your sample drawn into a heparinized syringe. You have to draw at least 1 ml. So this probe has to have room to be able to drop down into your syringe. The sample size is only about 0.1 ml. We're only using heparinized syringes. When you draw it, you are going to remove all of the air. You're going to put, it does have a cap. You can put the cap on first before you de-air it so you don't make a mess. But you're going to spin it like you're supposed to with the iStat. With the heparinized syringes, you do have to spin for at least 10 to 15 seconds. So you'll spin it, and then you're ready to go. Make sure you have your sample in hand before you come to the machine. It's going to time out after 20 seconds. So just already have it, bring it to the machine, and it's really fast. Your sample's going to run in 10 seconds. So you hit syringe mode, our probe pops out. It doesn't screw in, there's no lure lock, but you can feel the divot where it fits right into that groove. And then you push in, and it'll prompt you on the screen. It'll tell you when to remove, and it beeps. And then you'll pull out. Your first screen on here is going to have all of your test options. So everything that's pre-selected is what you would need for an ABG plus your hemoglobin and hematocrit. You can deselect any of those, you can add on anything else. You've got a lactic and a sugar that you can run at the bottom. It's got all of your electrolytes here, your sodium, potassium, all of that. Then you've got your ABG things and your hematocrit that are on the next screen. This is what your next screen will look like once you select your tests. This is going to pull up your patient information from what you scanned already at the top, but we're in demo mode, so we didn't scan a patient. But you are going to be required to come down here and enter your sample type. You can run arterial, venous, and you can run a mixed venous on here. If you're going to run a mixed venous on your test options, you're just going to hit a PO2. So we're going to select arterial, and you're going to hit the select button to confirm it. If you want to do a temp specific ABG, you can enter your temperature here. And then you're going to hit to go forward to your result, and here are your results. Anything that is in black is normal, anything that is red is abnormal. If it has 2 arrows beside it, it's a critical. If it has 3, then it was outside of range to result.
You can come back in like 2 minutes.
Down here at the bottom, you're going to have a messages button. It can give you more information about your abnormals. If it was outside of range to result, it'll tell you on here what the range was. So like you don't have to know off the top of your head that your sugar was less than 20 or whatever it was. If you feel like your sample was not accurate, like maybe you didn't waste enough, you feel like they're not right, you are either going to have to accept or reject your results. So there is a button here that says for approval. If you feel like your sample is incorrect, you can also hit the rerun button. It's going to save your patient information. You can draw your new sample and you can keep it saved, and it's going to reject the old ones. But you're going to either accept or reject. You also have the option to put in a comment about your results. So if there was something that was particular about it, maybe you drew a mixed Venus and it was from a particular location. It wasn't like straight off the PA. They wanted it from somewhere else. You can put in a note. It'll cross over to Cerner with it. Now, we're going to, for our purposes, hit that we are approving. You can enter a note. And then once we hit approve, that turned into a send button. This is what's going to allow you to send it over to Cerner. All the way up until you hit the send button, you can change things. Let's say you forgot to add on a test that you wanted, or you added something that you didn't want to, or you even selected the wrong sample type. You can go back and fix it. Down here in the bottom left, you've got an ID button. It's going to bring you back to the screen where we selected sample type, and you can also hit the parameters button, and this is where your tests were. You can add on more, and now you've got them. You're only going to charge your patient for what sends over to Cerner. The big thing here is don't click anything that you don't have an order for. If they have something selected that they don't have an order for and it sends over to Cerner and it's abnormal, now they've got to treat it. And if they didn't want it to begin with, someone might not be happy with you. So, when you are ready to send it over, you'll press this button. If you want it printed, you can print it as well. So when we hit the print button, it is a really big piece of paper, but it has all of your reference ranges beside it. And if you're a visual person that likes to have it with you, it is nice to have. So like instead of having to write down all of them manually, you can keep them right there. If you like having it for a report, go for it. Cool. Now, when you go back to your home screen, you can either hit close or you can hit the start button, which is going to take you back to where we started. So on your stoplight at the top, this is where you are going to see if you have to troubleshoot, replace, or fix anything. So right here beside it, it's got a number beside your sensor cassette and for your sample pack on how many tests are left on it to run. These are going to have to be replaced every 30 days or when they run out. We are starting with the max size of both of these. They do make different sizes on how many samples they can run. So we're starting with the max sizes. We'll see how we go through them. But when you hit the stoplight, you're going to have individual stoplights beside anything that would need to be addressed. So your calibration, this is where we are in yellow because we're in demo mode. The main reason why you're going to see that is if it's under consumables. So these are all of your replaceable items. So this is your sample pack, this is your sensor cassette, and this is your paper. Anytime you are going to replace them, you're going to hit the replace button, and you're going to select which item it is that you're replacing. There is a little bit of downtime when you are replacing these. So we're going to do a planned downtime. When you are going to replace these, we're going to grab a backup machine and throw it on the unit while these are calibrating. So they can take a while. Now, it's very easy to do the actual changing process. We're going to walk through the sensor cassette, and then I will show you after this on how to do the sample pack. So we're going to hit that we are replacing the sensor cassette. It's all video guided. It's going to ask to confirm that there is a square on the box to confirm it's the right product. Our little magic door here is going to open.
Really
Pause for dramatic effect. There is no click or anything. This just pulls in and out. So you'll pull this out. You'll confirm that we removed it. This is how you are going to open it from your packaging. So it's going to have a peel paper on the top. This is going to twist to open, and you can see your sensor cassette inside. You'll pull this out, and it just pops in. It can only fit in, like it's got a rounded side on this one and a square, so that way you're not going to mess it up. It only goes in one way. And that's it. Very simple. The next thing is going to be on your inlet probe. So right here on your probe, if we do bend it, it is not a sharp, it's just a metal probe. If we bend it, it is replaceable, and we'll keep them in the team lead office. It's the same thing. It's very simple. You'll hit that you're replacing your inlet probe. So anytime we're going to address the inlet probe, it's going to be under your other activities. It's going to ask you to do a full inlet check. Technically, you can replace that little metal or the rubber gasket piece. You could replace the probe, or you could just do them all at once. If we ever need to replace it, we're just going to get the ones that have it. You're going to replace the whole thing. When you do, this is magnetic. It's video guided. This piece is going to rock forward. You pull this off and you pop the new one out. So it's got this little plastic chamber in behind it where it's got a grippy on it, and it just pops right off. You do have to use a little bit of force to push it back on. It'll click when you push in. You're not going to break it. He pushed really hard. He also, when the guy came to check us off, his probe was bent, and he was able to just straighten it out, and it worked fine too. So it seems like it should be pretty user friendly. When you touch your syringe to this bottom gasket, it is going to get blood on it. So whenever you draw into the regular syringes, like the heparinized, whatever, what seals on top of here is going to get blood on it. You do not have to clean it between every use, and that feels wrong. But the entire gasket is going to seal down on the bottom, and it's going to clean itself for what goes into the machine. So there's no risk of cross-contamination. It's just, if you have a whole line of people that need to use this machine, they can go ahead and run their samples and then just clean it after, so you can get all the gunk off. It seems gross, but even if I'm taking my finger and trying to get down to there, my finger's not touching it. I can't get to it. So when you are going to clean it, you're going to hit to clean your gasket. So clean inlet gasket. And even this is video guided. We're going to keep wipes down the bottom basket that are lint free so it doesn't get any fibers pulled into the probe. They only want it cleaned with water. The chemicals can break down the gasket. This is kind of just the formality of wiping it down, honestly, and getting the gunk. So you're going to dampen it, and you literally just grab the tip of it and you wipe it down. Remember, this is not a sharp. It's not going to poke you even if you push in. And that's it. So as you can see, this top label on here, it says to only use water on the screen. If we get blood on the screen, purple wipe it. Just wipe it down with water after. The chemicals on it will get to where it has sections that won't be able to tap on it. It'll break down the screen over time. A little bit of a design flaw on that. So the only other thing is going to be changing the sample pack. I am recording with my phone, but I have a video that I'll show you with that, just so it's not put my machine in downtime. But when you do that, it's the same thing where we are going to our consumables. We hit our replace button once this is done. When you go to get your sample pack, it is stored in the lab. It's going to be in the same fridge that the ice pack cartridges are in. So it has to be refrigerated up until. On your Solumedrol bottles, you know how it has the cork in it where you have to push down to mix the solutions? It's just like that. It's got a red pull tab. That looks like this. You're going to pull the red tab out of it, and you're going to push down on the whole top of the box on the side that you pulled this out of, and you're going to hear a lot of clicking. It's the same thing you'll hit that you're replacing it. It'll prompt you to pull this one out to activate your pack and push the new one in, and it's that simple. I am going to show you a video on it after this though. Okay? Feel okay? All right.